So the first thing that I do is I plan my design in Procreate. Then, as you'll notice here, I have some notes. It's very important to figure out your process before carving. So the first step is to carve away all areas that will be the color of the paper. The second step is then to ink up the entire piece in the light blue. And then only the areas I've carved away will show in the background. You'll see as I progress here, you'll see the result of that. And you continue to do the same thing with each color going on top of each one. Then my next step is carving. I have transferred my design and I will explain that and show that process in another video. But I am carving here, and main thing to take away here is the carving mat behind it. It's just a piece of shelf paper that will prevent my linoleum block from slipping while I'm carving. Then here is the result of the first pull in the light blue. Paper showing in the background. Those were all the areas that I carved first. And then I'm jumping to the gold. Instead of carving away all the areas that I wanted to remain blue and covering it all up with gold, I decided to save myself some ink and I created a stencil. And my only stencil is just a printout on a piece of paper, and I carved away the gold area, or cut away with an X-Acto knife just the gold area over the top. So that way I didn't have to cover the entire thing. I'll carve away the gold later on, as you will see, and running it through my press. And there we go, only just that area getting the gold. So I keep doing this, pulling up. I lined my stencil up with my linoleum block when I did it. And then there she is. And I used, my husband made with his 3D printer, my own alignment. If you've ever heard of the Turns and Burton registration pins, I tried those at first. They're great, but my husband said I can make you better for less money. So he made me some of my own registration pins. And then here is the last step. I carved away the gold halo area, and I carved away the heart and stenciled those with the ink. And then here we are in the last one. Everything's carved away except those that will remain blue, and I'm inking her up. Takes practice learning how much ink you need to roll on. Not too much, not too little. And I did get little areas that were carved away that picked up some ink, so I just wiped it off with a Q-tip. Again, I have a mat underneath to keep from the linoleum block rolling away. And I'm placing her in my little cutaway mat board, basically, that's the same size as linoleum block, with a little bit of movement in order to pick it up. I will create other videos to get into a little more in-depth on registration and stencils and transferring images. This is just my first reduction block that I wanted to share with you. And I'll share with you all the things that I've learned in the process. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below, and like and subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more coming. And there she is, final piece. I will tell you, out of 10, a start of 10 or 11, I ended up with, I think, about 7 good ones. And I am going to take what's left, those pieces that did not work, and I'm doing research on making my own paper. Gotta recycle. So come on back. I'll have a lot more going on. Thanks for watching. Bye.